Good evening, everyone. You're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali, and I'll be taking you to top news across Canada.
Son of Blue Jays reliever Eric Swanson hit by car in Florida in critical condition in hospital. Video shows suspects fleeing after setting cars on fire in Vaughan. Toyota recalls 21,000 vehicles in Canada over flaws in axle-raising crash concerns. Making Toronto more colorful, street pole now covered in Lego. Driver charged after child allegedly found in recliner chair in back in vehicle in Bradford. Double shooting in Toronto's western neighborhood leaves 2 men dead, police.
Those were the headlines, and now let's look into the details.
Police are searching for 2 suspects after multiple vehicles were allegedly set on fire in Vaughan last week, forcing police to evacuate a residence. The incident occurred around 11 p.m. on February 22nd in residential driveway near Lawford Road and Stanton Avenue. Video of the incident released by York Regional Police shows individuals running towards a vehicle before a bright flash of light is seen. Individuals are then seen fleeing the area. The video also shows the suspects fleeing the scene in a dark-colored 4-door sedan. In news release issued Thursday, police said that a black 2020 Cadillac XT5 and a white 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan were engulfed in flames by the time officers got to the scene. Police said that officers had to evacuate residents through the backyard of the home. While exiting, a 92-year-old male resident fell and suffered minor injuries, police said in a news release issued Tuesday. Investigators believe the fires were intentionally set. Ontario's education minister said he does not support a decision by a Toronto area school board to end classes early due to upcoming solar eclipse. Speaking at Queen's Park on Monday, Stephen Lecce said that while he is in favor of school boards altering their PD days due to the rare event, he is not comfortable with decisions to close the schools themselves. Obviously, safety of the children is most important, he said. School boards have the prerogative to use PD days if they want. What I don't support is closing schools without giving access to children to their educators. He noted that parents who have to work require additional alternatives. Toronto school boards voted last month to change their PD day from April 19 to April 8 due to the eclipse. They cited the dangers of looking directly at the event, but also safety considerations around traffic and commuting. The York Region District School Board, via DSP, however, said it could not change its PD days due to contractual obligations and prior commitments. As such, YRDSB schools will be dismissing all elementary and secondary school students earlier. In York Region, we will experience effects of eclipse between roughly 2 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. which coincides with the scheduled dismissal times for our schools, officials said in a letter to parents. The school board said they made the decision after hearing concerns about students being outside and inadvertently looking at the sun, as well as concerns about traffic and walking home in the dark. Lecce said that he has issued his expectation but has not issued a directive to the school board to change their plans. A mundane street pole in Toronto is getting attention as a community of artists build a tower of Lego 5 feet and counting around it. Martin Reyes, the project's originator, noticed a new street pole go up on Harbert Street outside of Sam James Coffee Bar the first week of January. The pole, boxy and wooden, looked awkward and strange, Reese said, so he decided to do something about it. He teamed up with the McTosh family, Catherine, a design worker, Bruce, an artist, and their son, Macomb, a Lego collector, along with his collaborator, Sean Martindale. Together, they pooled their Lego pieces and began building around the pole, which now has a school zone sign at top. The colorful display on the street has transported passerby to childhood, Reese said. I have gotten the most choice reactions from 2-year-olds to 8-year-olds. Every 2 to 3 days, he tries to stop by the pole to add Lego on his way to work. Others have also added their own pieces to the project, which took Reese aback, heart-warmed by the community's contributions. It's really restored my faith in the goodness and kindness and humanity in people, he said. While the project has reached 5 feet, Reyes said He wants to build it up another 5 feet in the weeks to come. It's sort of making Toronto more colorful and fun, one piece of Lego at a time, Ray said. This isn't Ray's first time bringing smiles to the faces of Torontonians. Back in August, he sported a black and yellow referee uniform and handed out yellow and red cards to drivers who violated the rules of the road. More than 21,000 Toyota vehicles have been recalled in Canada due to flaws in the rear axle that may cause a vehicle crash, says the auto manufacturer. The company is recalling its 2022 and 2023 Toyota Tacoma due to manufacturing flaws in the rear axle assembly that could cause certain nuts to loosen over time and eventually fall off. Toyota says in a news release this could cause a part to separate from the axle and affect the car's stability and brake performance, increasing the risk of crash. It adds Toyota dealers will inspect the rear axle assembly and tighten the parts free of cost for all affected vehicles. Toyota says affected owners will be notified through mail by late April. Last week, the auto manufacturer recalled 28,000 different vehicles due to transmission problem. A driver is facing several charges after police found a child riding in a recliner chair in the back of the vehicle in Bradford. Police say the discovery was made following a recent traffic stop near Simcoe Canal Roads after a motorist allegedly failed to stop at a four-way intersection. 2 children, aged 7 and 8, were inside the van, they said. One of those children was found to be using the recliner. Among the other things, the accused has been charged with disobeying a stop sign, driving while a passenger under 16 fails to occupy position with a seat belt, and driving while a passenger is not properly secured. This incident serves as a reminder to all drivers. To be safely protected in a vehicle, children must be properly secured in a child car seat, booster seat, or seat belt, depending on their height, weight, or age, South Simcoe Police said in a February 27th news release. Drivers are responsible for ensuring that all passengers under 16 of the age are properly buckled into a seatbelt, child car seat, or booster seat. In Ontario, all drivers must use proper child car seats and booster seats when transporting young children. 2 men are dead following a double shooting in the city's western neighborhood early Tuesday morning. Police said they received numerous calls for a shooting on Hickory Tree Road near Lawrence Avenue and Western Road at around 4:40 a.m. According to police, the 2 males were found at the scene suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. They were rushed to a trauma center via emergency run but pronounced dead a short time later. Police said it is unclear if anyone else was involved in the shooting, and officers are currently canvassing for witnesses. We are in the process of identifying these men and notifying their families, so at this point, I will not be sharing any particulars about them, Sergeant Aaron Exon told reporters at the scene on Tuesday morning. He said it is not clear if the 2 men knew each other. This is a very densely populated area, and although this occurred in the early morning hours, there are a lot of residents in this area that may have heard or seen something that may assist us in their investigation. And often it is small details that make a big difference. Exxon said police believed the shooting occurred outside on the street, but could not say how many shots were fired. We are at the very early stages of this investigation, Exxon said. We are working on reviewing as much information as we can. Toronto Blue Jays reliever Eric Swanson was left the team to be with his family after his son Toby suffered serious injuries after he was hit by a car on Sunday. The 4-year-old boy remained in critical condition at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital after being transported to the St. Petersburg, Florida facility by medical helicopter, Clearwater Police said Tuesday in a news release. Thanks to the incredible work from Clearwater first responders, Toby is on the road to recovery and surrounded by his family. Blue Jays manager John Schneider said in a statement, Eric will be away from the team for a while, family come first. Police and fire crews responded to vehicle versus pedestrian call Sunday morning in Clearwater Beach involving a young boy who sustained potential life-threatening injuries, police said. The child was struck by a 2024 Ford Expedition being operated by a valid driver near the Opal Sands Resort, according to an updated release issued by Public Information Officer Rob Shaw. The driver remained on the scene and was cooperating with the investigation, the release said. Details on the injuries were not released. The Blue Jays Player Development Complex in Dunedin, Florida, is about 10 kilometers away from the Clearwater Beach area. Swanson, 30, made 69 relief appearances for the Blue Jays last season. He was 4-2 with a 2.97 earned run average. He spent his first 4 seasons in the big leagues with the Seattle Mariners. Over his career, the 6'3" right-hander is 8-14 with 10 saves and a 3.78 ERA in 195 games.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.